This is the story of Dixie and Duncan, a pair of littermates who went different ways from their breeder home, but lived many parallels in their first year and a half. This is a story about rescue, reunion, and unconditional love. Because Animals Matter, or BAM, learned about Dixie when she was just a few months old. She was relinquished to BAM's foster program after her family learned about her condition. You see, Dixie has megaesophagus, or ME. The condition can be scary because it is nearly impossible for them to keep anything down, and if food or water is aspirated, it can lead to pneumonia or worse. Even though Dixie loved to play and seemed like any other puppy, she was also sick a lot. Luckily, BAM found help around every corner. BAM's own founder and vice president, Jay, stepped up to foster Dixie. An expert on pets with special needs, Peg Steed, visited with BAM volunteers and Dixie to teach them about proper care of an ME dog and what to watch for. ME usually requires that a dog sit upright during and after eating and drinking, so BAM was especially lucky to find Barbara, a supporter with a Bailey chair, to donate for Dixie to use and grow into. With Jay, Dixie got to visit the dog park and learn from and about all sorts of other dogs. She got tired pretty quickly, but was doing well. Like any well-adjusted puppy, Dixie enjoyed people and dogs, and exploring new places and smells. Dixie was skinny from having regurgitated so often in her first home, before she had been diagnosed. But she was ready to find a foster to adopt home if they were willing to give her the care she needed. What BAM didn't realize is that while Dixie was having her adoptive home arranged, her brother Duncan was in care at Best Friend's Animal Sanctuary about an hour away. He also had ME. Duncan had been so sick that his first family was going to put him down. Luckily, their vet called Best Friends instead. Fate seems to favor these two littermates. The exact day Dixie moved to her foster-to-adopt home in northern Utah, Duncan's soon-to-be parents took a picture of their computer and announced he was theirs. Looking back, it's almost impossible to tell these two angels apart while they used their chairs. Needing to sit upright after meals means that puppies get quite patient, but bones always make it better. Dixie was in her new home when Harold and Debbie finally made it out to Utah to officially adopt Duncan. He was on the road to his new life, and what a life it has been. Duncan hasn't missed out on anything because of ME. His parents take him camping and hiking, but this outdoorsy boy loves learning tricks and playing with toys too, though destroying toys is sometimes even better. Going anywhere for longer than a few hours does take a lot of preparation though. Wet and dry food and a thickener for water are always must-haves when you have an ME dog. But there's always a way to get a special treat, especially on birthdays. Harold and Debbie knew they wanted Duncan to have a buddy at home. After all, he loves their daughter's little rescue pup. What no one could have predicted is that while Harold and Debbie were in Missouri thinking about adopting another dog, Dixie got away from her family in Utah and was picked up as a stray. The shelter knew she had something medically wrong. Luckily, they posted her sweet face and profile online, and BAM's coordinator saw the post. From that point, it was a whirlwind. Jay jumped into gear, and Dixie's adopters agreed to release her back to BAM. To get her across the state, a handful of people joined forces to arrange 4 legs of the drive. Some things are just meant to be. It turns out that Debbie reached out to BAM just 2 weeks before, as Duncan's Gotcha Day anniversary was approaching. She and Harold were on a mission to find out what happened to Duncan's littermates, as they had been told 4 of the 5 puppies had ME. While Dixie napped on her state-long trip back to southern Utah, Debbie and Harold were loading Duncan in the car for the days-long drive to Utah. They were adopting Dixie. Dixie got to meet her new mom and dad first. Then she was reintroduced to her brother. He was a little more intense than she expected, but it didn't take long for them to act like they've been together since the beginning. There isn't much better than taking part in a pet rescue. I was the lucky one from Because Animals Matter to bring Dixie into our program and got to see her off to her first adoptive home as well. Though there was a hiccup in her story, we know she has been loved, and no one can argue with her new life today, no matter the path that got her there. Witnessing Dixie and Duncan's reunion was another special experience that we wanted to share. The unconditional love that the two pups share is a given, but they share that with everyone they meet, too. You're also seeing the results of an incredible journey for Harold and Debbie. Almost 1 year to the day apart, they have driven across the country to open their hearts and home to a special needs dog. Thank you to all the pet welfare and rescue supporters out there who make these stories possible. Whether you're donating items or money to a rescue, volunteering even just a few hours at your local shelter, speaking up for pets in need, fostering adoptable pets, or adopting a wonderful rescue pet. Thank you for helping make a difference. I know Duncan and Dixie would thank you too if they could. If you are interested in being a part of BAM's Homeless Animal Rescue Team, or would like more information on our community programs and how you can help, like Because Animals Matter on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and visit bamutah.com.